While leader Gilles Duceppe is looking for a vote of confidence from his party today at the Bloc's National Council meeting this weekend in Trois-Rivières, Quebec. It is his way of building support ahead of Tuesday's speech from the throne and a possible federal election. The CBC's Rosemary Barton reports.
Gilles Duceppe is widely expected to win this without too much problem, and it's very much in response to something you may remember from last spring when Gilles Duceppe, over the period of about 24 hours, flip-flopped on a decision to leave the Bloc and go and leave the Parti Québécois, something he didn't end up doing in the end. So he scheduled this leadership review actually himself to sort of give himself a boost of confidence from his party and to show that he is still the leader of that party. And it also comes amidst those reports that he may retire after the next election. Now, that might be surprising to some people because he's been around for so long and seems to be doing the job pretty successfully. But the Bloc has been struggling as of late. Its support in Quebec has slipped a lot. And you remember in those by-elections not too long ago, they actually lost a Bloc stronghold to the Conservatives. In fact, a poll out just today shows that the Conservatives are really nipping at the Bloc's heels in Quebec. So this confidence vote is as much for Gilles Duceppe as it is for the party to really show that he is still the man to lead this party in the next election. This is one of the few parties that is really ready for an election. They've even taken photos of candidates and almost have all of their candidates chosen for that election. So that's obviously what they're looking for. In the throne speech, though, Gilles Duceppe laid out 5 things that he absolutely wants to see there, including things like getting out of Afghanistan, the government's commitment to Kyoto, all things that the government is very unlikely to do. So obviously the Bloc is pushing toward an election. And we know that in the past week, Gilles Duceppe has spent a lot of time in Quebec talking about how he is the great defender of Quebec. And he's doing that because he really is feeling some pressure about losing support from his base to the Tories. And he's really trying to, frame himself as the man to defend Quebec and not the Prime Minister, who, as we know, in the past year or so has made a lot of overtures to that province, overtures that have been quite successful. So perhaps sensing that things might get worse, Gilles Duceppe seems to be pushing toward an election, and we certainly know where he stands when that throne speech rolls around next week.